Hello everyone, welcome to Safe Space. I'm your host Silverian. We are doing an Uldaman 16 key. Have fun? Alright, everyone is ready. Pull timer and go.
4, 3, 2, 1.
So this week we have Trish week. Need to be a bit careful with the trash.
Within the depths of Uldaman lies a vault that holds a disc of Keeper Tyr's memories. Find that disc and bring it back to me. It may contain the knowledge we need to regain our strength.
Dispel. Run. Interrupt.
Careful with the basilisks. They have a debuff for the tank.
Interrupt.
Don't pull too much.
Dispel. Run. Interrupt. Interrupt. Interrupt.
So this week we have volcanic and ghosts. As you see the ghosts, slow them. You don't need to kill them. You can kite them, they are losing health on their own.
No one steals from us! Time to teach these lunkheads a lesson!
Interrupt. Run.
Let's talk about the first boss. It's a little council fight. We are fighting 3 dwarves. Interrupt Olaf. One of the dwarves is jumping. After the jump, move towards the jumping area so you can cleave them.
Run.
They hop on the boat. And red puddles will spawn. Avoid those. Healer has mana. 3, 2, 1, go.
Full of swords, and I know how to throw them.
Charging.
Call me the
Move.
Skullcracker.
On boss weeks, it is an option to go to the totem boss first and then do the dwarves.
Time to move this thingy. Now the party's starting. Here we go. Time to move this thingy. Did
Charging.
somebody order
Move.
a Skullcracker?
Watch your feet. Watch your feet.
Hop in and let
Good.
me, okay, we give up. You know, I think that toss will actually help clear my head. Much obliged, strangers.
Interrupt.
We'll lend you a hand after we get our bearings.
We
Interrupt.
pulled pretty aggressive at the start, so we are not forced to pull aggressively right now.
Interrupt. Interrupt.
basilisks. Again, keep an eye on your tank
Dispel.
and interrupt them if possible. Alright, let's talk about
Run.
the next boss. It's the totem boss. From time to time he spawns a
Interrupt.
totem, kill it as fast as possible. He spawns some ads. One of that
Interrupt.
ads is in range, usually on the right side. Try to distance interrupt it,
Interrupt.
so it comes in the melee camp and gets cleaved.
Run.
And from time to time the boss
Run.
has a big circle around him. Move out of that.
Run.
Kill the ghosts so your healer can drink. Good.
Bromark, the chief here, gonna smash you! Get out here and smash him!
Range on the right side.
Watch your step. Interrupt. Attack totem.
Kill the totem as fast as possible.
Now you see a chieftain's power! Stonebolt Trogs, attack!
Range kick star.
Watch your step.
Move out.
Interrupt. Attack totem. Watch your step.
Kill the totem. Move out of his circle.
Now you see a chieftain's power! Get out here and
Good.
smash him!
Range kick. 1 star.
Interrupt.
And then. Okay. So trash till the next boss fight is not very deadly. Careful, you as a tank can get a nasty debuff
That frog has been a real pain.
from the
We know how to open the
from
door,
those guys.
but that ugly rockhead always kept us out.
Want to see something nifty? What's this?
Tears
They
Marvelous
are
mustache.
casting
Another locked door.
an ability. They have just that one, and as soon as it's
Charge!
gone through and you are standing next to him,
My head.
you get the
Well,
nasty
this
debuff.
luckhead got the door
So
open.
my advice would be just
Let it
back
go on,
pedaling
my whole recovered.
slowly, so you move automatically out of the distance. You don't get the debuff. Should you get the debuff, use a def CD, and for your healer, single target heal. Alright, let's talk about the next boss. It's the ball boss. People leave balls behind, like ball circles, and the tank needs to move the boss through those circles to get rid of the stacks. As soon as he has no stacks and gets dragged into another ball, he is stunned. You can use your personal stuns to get rid of the stacks. or to stun the boss if he has no
The
stacks
unworthy
anymore.
will not enter this hallowed place.
3, 2, 1, go.
Keeper Tyr's secrets will be
Try to put them
protected.
in the middle of the room. For a healer, careful, one target
Knocking back.
gets chosen and gets a lot of single target damage. He needs spot healing. Right now you see it on my interface, it's on the Demon Hunter.
Regain strength. Halt! You will go no further.
Knocking back.
Must regain strength.
Knocking back.
Just kite the boss all the time.
Stop where you are.
Knocking back.
Must regain strength.
Careful on boss weeks,
Knocking
don't
back.
get rid of the stacks too fast. At 100% energy he does his ability. Try to stun
You will
them
go no further.
there
Knocking back.
during he is while he is reaching his 100% energy, cause he gets stacked.
Special coming.
Must regain strength. His memory.
For each time we stun him and he does more damage.
You.
Alright, Trash from now on has usually for the melees a frontal,
All I
so
see
careful
are
with that.
Crowd control.
Maybe we can find
We're
a few
pulling here
treasure
two
maps.
groups
But have a
together.
look while you go on
Crowd
ahead.
control.
Use CDs here.
Crowd interrupt. 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 Crowd control. Crowd control. Interrupt. Interrupt.
Alright, we're gonna do another big pull. Again, those guys have nasty frontals for the melees.
Dispel.
You can, as a tank, you can go in this corner here.
Dispel.
Alright, on the next pull we will have...
Crowd
Okay,
control.
one died, no problem. Can happen.
Interrupt. Crowd control.
On the next pull we see the next type of trash in this dungeon.
Dispel.
It's a golem, and we have two types of golems
Crowd control.
in this dungeon. The first type is on the next pull, it's just an HPS check. Out heal his damage. You cannot line of sign, you cannot mitigate that damage. Just heal through it. From time to time you will leave puddles behind. Move out of them as
Watch
fast
your
as possible.
step. Interrupt.
Later on we will meet the other type
Crowd
of
control.
golem.
AOE income.
That
Dispel.
damage is
Interrupt.
avoidable.
Watch your step. Interrupt. 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 Watch your step. Crowd control. AOE incoming. Interrupt. Dispel. Watch your step. Watch your step.
As soon as you die in this dungeon, you have a teleport system in place.
Interrupt.
Just talk to the drill. It's a big drill. You always spawn at the start of the dungeon. Use the drill and use the last option to get back to your group.
AOE incoming.
The spiders have poison and the bats have silence. Alright, let's talk about the next boss. He has two phases. In the first phase we fight him. In the second phase we fight his minions. In the first phase he spawns, not he but his minions spawn some swirlies. Those swirlies move around in the room. Try to avoid those at all costs. You as a tank can soak them if you want to help your friends out. He has a frontal, don't face him to the group. Second phase, he moves to the middle, hides beneath a bubble,
Protocol. Defend.
and we need to kill his minions.
Defensive.
Those minions that have a red shield around them right now.
Spread.
Acquired.
Spread.
Enemy marked.
Defensive. Laser on you.
Incinerating
Run.
undesirable elements.
Alright, finish him.
Defensive.
Enemy
Spread.
marked. System shut.
Later on hierarchies, let's say 20 and upwards, you probably cannot soak the swirlies anymore, especially on boss rank. Alright, so here we have the second type of golem. You can line of sight
Crowd control.
his damage. He will cast something, exactly, Thunderous Clap. Before the cast goes through, use line of sight. to negate the damage.
Crowd control. Crowd control.
Alright, on the next pull we will have another golem, just like this one. Use this corner here for line of sight. Drag him back so it's easier to go around the corner.
Interrupt. Crowd control. Crowd control. Crowd control.
Alright, let's group up a bit. Healer is soon here again. Okay, reds. Disable some medals. Alright, on the next pull we have a bubble guy. Don't stand beneath his bubble and drag the ants out of that bubble. Careful, a lot of ads have frontal cleaves. Careful as a melee, especially. We are taking those guys with us, so later on we can use and skip. I will show you. Careful, those guys here have a problem. Alright. On the next pull we have 2 golems. Very important to use line of sight here. You can use this corner downstairs. You can use the corners upstairs. Just please move around the corner. Help your healer. Good. On the next pull we have again such a line of sight golem and a dwarf with bubble again. Don't stand beneath the bubble. Careful, the guys have frontal again.
I fear
Dispel.
I will have to deny your queen her
With
prize.
that,
Dispel.
The disc you seek will be mine.
you can use line of sight with the pillars.
Dispel.
Alright. So here, as a tank, be careful not to pull too much. It's okay to pull those guys and one beneath, but try not to pull two time reavers at the
Dispel.
same time. They give the whole group a debuff. It is stacking. The healer needs to rotate his dispel. I mean, with that, he needs to take every time another
Dispel.
player in target for dispelling, else the debuff stacks too high. You can use line of sight to get
Dispel.
rid of the debuff, to not get another stack, so it runs out. And the others have just a little speed debuff for you,
Dispel.
not that important. Okay, he is down, so we can continue. We don't need to kill everything in this dungeon. We take the non-elites on the right, the non-elites on the left, and the time reaver. And that's it. After that, we skip the last two time reavers. If you're a mage, you can use your invisibility. If you have maybe a rogue in the group, you can use your shroud for the whole group. Yeah, you as a single player can use your invis spot. Yeah, sure, but there's another way to skip those guys here. You move towards those pillars. You can decide which side, it doesn't matter. I use usually the right side. You stand exactly, you jump, so you stand exactly between the wall and the pillar, and then just forward moving and jumping. Here again, jump, and while you are in the air, you do forward moving. Alright, everyone made it in. Let's talk about the end boss. He has a frontal, careful with that. He spawns swellies on the ground, move out of that zone. But at some point everything goes grey,
Defensive.
so the swirlies. During the time in the swirlies you get 50, I think 50 haste. But only during the time where everything is grey.
Defensive.
Move inside. And let's go to the other corner of the room.
Defensive.
I use oftentimes the square tactic, so basically I start in one of the corners. That's the first point of the square, and I continue my journey.
Defensive.
I use that in general for many things.
Knocking
It
back.
works usually out. We need to step in a puddle very soon. And inside the puddle. Someone died, we have a battle rats, no problem. Can happen. Next corner.
Knocking back.
Sooner or later he is coming, just be patient.
Watch your feet. Defensive. Watch your feet.
Alright. We did it.
Impressive, but in vain.
Thank you very much for the run. Thanks for watching.
Timelines are converging.
And see you next time.
Only one aspect.
Bye.
Some shall be infinite.
I mean, the stream is still going. I think I will do another run.